Diary. We landed in District 11, and we quickly put on our costumes. I put on my dress, put my mask on, put my heels on. Singing Joe looked great when he dressed up. I'd never seen him in anything but baggy, dirty old clothes. He was in a nice black tuxedo suit. Jaffa was in a beautiful tuxedo. His suit was black, red tie. And then Diamond had his suit on. He looked great. His suit was black and white. We all looked elegant. We looked so posh and uppity. It was nice to be dressed up. And then we had to walk. We had to be out of sight until we could get close to the big Masquerade Ball. There was valet parking. So we walked and we walked. It was pleasant walking around here. It seemed like somebody was cleaning the snow. The robot snowmobiles were working and cleaning the snow. They had all kind of help in District 11. The streets were clean. There was no trash. You didn't see one rat. Everything was clean. It was so nice walking around. It was cold though. When we got closer, we saw all the valet cars up ahead, and people with their masks on and costumes. There was all kind of feathers and silver and gold and colored masks. Everyone's mask, you didn't know who was who. Singing Joe said there would be celebrities, politicians, the mayor, the governor, Hollywood scientists, and all kind of important people. Everyone was dressed. The women were dressed in these beautiful gowns. Most of the gowns were just showing so much skin and legs. There were slits and cuts. There was all kind of beautiful bows and die cuts and low cuts and half cuts and slits here and slits there. There was green and black and red and yellow and gold and silver. The guys pretty much had suits on. The girls had very sexy dresses on that showed off their curves. It was very beautiful. I felt kind of nervous walking towards this big mansion. It was so huge. The valet parkers were parking cars. Jim said, "Hurry up. Let's blend in before anyone notices." So we got in line. But we didn't have any kind of invitation. What if they asked for an invitation? Singing Joe gave us each an invitation. How do you get those? His underground network of his black market gets anything. So we had our invitations. They were copies, of course, but we had invitations. So now I felt a little bit more at ease. We walked up to the door, and there was big bodyguards. There was a robot looking over everything, and there was helicopters with spotlights overhead, making sure that all the people were safe. And here we are, walking in the big front door. I heard music. I heard nice, beautiful music. There was fountains. There was ice sculptures. There were silver trays. There were men and women that were passing around hors d'oeuvres. There were little toasts with cheese. There were shrimp toast, crab toast. There was little rice crispy sushi nuggets. There was so much food, I couldn't wait. And Jaimin pulled me back and said, "Not yet, girl. Not yet, girl. Be elegant. Be graceful. Don't let them see that you're hungry. You'll be out of place." He said most of these rich women don't eat very much when they're at a party. They sip champagne all night long and talk and listen and walk around. So we walked in. There were people dancing. It was so pretty. There was silver decorations. There were chandeliers, sparkling chandeliers of crystal. There were some people in fur, gorgeous furs, all kind of furs, bejeweled. How could I tell who was who? I was nervous if I ran into my brother or my sister. I wonder if Jessica, my friend, would be here. Jessica, my friend, should be here. Her family's really important. They have all kind of businesses all around the world. They're always at some ski chalet. On the old days when you could go skiing. The old days. I'm only 25 years old. How could anything be old days? was nervous if I ran into my sister. I haven't seen my sister Tara. I kept looking around. I wonder if my boyfriend Liam would be here. I miss Liam. He's tall, dark brown hair, brown eyes, handsome. He went to Yale. He was so smart. His family's from London, and they moved to New York. I loved his English accent. He was so cute. But his family told him to break up with me. I'm not one of his kind. He told me that he loved me, though. But then I haven't heard from him. He betrayed me just like my brother and my sisters did. As soon as you're no good, not important, not the right bank account, you're fun for a while. But I thought love was love. I didn't know love had to come with a price. I was enjoying the music, and Diamond and Jaffa said, walk around. It's time to do our work. He said meet as many people as I could and learn as much as we could. We had to find out what was going on. My stomach grumbled. I was so hungry. I didn't eat all my can of beans because I was so tired of beans. I just couldn't wait to eat something. So I walked along, looking at all the beautiful dresses, all the beautiful ladies behind masks, admiring all the costumes. The music was great. There was a DJ. Everyone was dancing. There were rooms. There was all kind of rooms. I walked around. I went past one room. There was another room. There was a sitting room with a library. People were watching a movie. I walked past another room. There was a big library. People were just smoking cigars and sipping cognac. I walked down another hall, and I heard laughter and giggles. I saw two guys run into a room. And then I saw two girls run out. They just had their bra and their underwear on. And then some guy ran out and grabbed the girls back in. They giggled. I was like, what's going on over here? And then I walked further. There's another room. It was dark corner. Was I lost? Jaimin told me I had to walk down every corner and learn what was going on. So I walked further down this hall. There was guys running out of a room. They didn't have any shirt on. They just had their masks. They just had their boxer briefs. And they ran into another room. A couple more girls ran out. They had heels on, garter belts, bras and underwears. They had their mask on, lots of feathers. I walked further and further. And then there was a big double doors. And I heard noise in there. And I opened up the door. There were lots of beds in there, silk sheets, couches that looked like beds. There were men and women, all naked in there. Guys with guys, girls with girls, girls and guys. This was like the underground sex club. This was at the ball. What are these people doing this here at this beautiful, important, big masquerade ball? This was a room full of people having orgies, and guys were groaning, and girls were going down on guys, and guys were going down on girls, and there was guys on guys and girls on girls, and just laughter and giggling and moaning and groaning, and people taking turns. I just stared. I'd never seen anything like this before. I just saw the sex club, but they had masks and whips, and they were whipping people, and this was just a room full of people, naked, enjoying each other's company. And then a girl hit me, accidentally bumped into me. I'm sorry, she said as she giggled, and a guy grabbed her. And then someone grabbed my arm, and this gentleman behind a black mask said, "You joining us tonight?" And I looked at him, and I said no, and I walked out of that room. I quickly walked down of that hall. I went back to the main room where people were dressed and laughing and giggling and talking. A tray passerby walked by with some shrimp. I grabbed a shrimp and nervously ate it. I was so hungry I wanted another one. There was little crab dips. There was cheese and dips, all kind of dips. So I went over there. I know Jaimin and Singing Joe told me not to eat, but I was so hungry. So I went and got a crab cake. I was eating it. And a guy walked up and got a crab cake. And he said, "You enjoying the party?" I recognized the voice. It was my boyfriend, Liam. Did he know it was me? I had to be calm. I couldn't give myself away. If I was found in District 11, I'd be shot on the spot. They could take me, bring me to jail. I would never make it back to my place. I used a different voice. Yes, it's lovely. I shook when I said it. He started talking to me. I talked back. He said, "Would I like a glass of champagne?" I told him yes, and we talked. And then it was loud with the music, and he told me to walk towards the garden. And I followed him. I couldn't help it. I haven't seen him in so long. I wanted him to just hold me. And he asked me who I was. He'd never seen me before. And I made up a name. I'm Amelia. Amelia of the Roseburgs. And he said that he's heard of the Roseburgs. I couldn't believe it. I just made up the name on the spot. So we were talking. And then Singing Joe saw me with Liam. And he waved me over. And he came over and said, "Oh, excuse us. I have this dance." Liam said, I was just standing there, and I walked away. And Singing Joe brought me inside and said, "I can't talk too long with people. They'll know who I am and we'll get caught. You have to find the room with the data, with the files, the disk. You have to find out what they're up to." Oh, my heart was beating. I can't believe I ran into Liam. And so we quickly went from room to room. And then I saw Jaffa up ahead. He said Jaimin found the room. And we had to hurry up because it was 11:30 midnight. I still was hungry. I wanted to eat. So we went to the file room, got the file. And Singing Joe said, "Hurry up and eat. And we got to get going. We have to be back out of here and get back on the drone, or else we wouldn't be able to get over the fence, and then we'd be caught by the police, and they would shoot us on the spot after torturing us for being on the side and breaking and entering." So I went and got some food. I ate cheese, had a glass of wine. I was so nervous. And then I saw my brother. I recognized him. I heard him talking to someone. I saw him talking to my sister Tara. I wanted to go over there and say hi. I wanted to tell him. I wanted to say, why did you forget about me? How could you forget about me? How could you just leave me? How could you just forget about me and leave me in District 42 starving? And then Jaffa saw me. He said, "Baby girl, we're your family now. They left you. They left you to die. But we're your family now." He grabbed my arm. And I left, and just as I was walking out, Liam said, "I was hoping I would see you again." And I said, "Maybe." And he said, "Can I call you?" And I said, "Can I have your number?" And then Jaffa said, we gotta go. And he said, "Can you meet me at the park, 12 o'clock on Saturday?" And I said, "I'll try." And Jaffa and Singing Joe and Jaimin said, "It's time to go." And I grabbed some cheese, and we walked out. We walked out of that Masquerade Ball. And then we slipped through the valet parking, and we quickly walked down the street. In the snow, it started to snow again, and I started to shiver because I was in a very tight dress with spaghetti straps. And Jaimin and Jaffa and Singing Joe says we got some files, and that they learned a lot of stuff while they were in there. And then we had to get back to the drone, so we hurried. The drones were waiting there. We changed our clothes. We quickly put back on our black shirts and black pants and our tennis shoes. And the drones started. And we grabbed the drones and put on our backpacks. And the drones started, just like Glenn said he would drive us back into District 42. I almost didn't want to go back to District 42. I wanted to stay here in District 11. I wanted to see Liam. I wanted to be on this side. I didn't want to go back to my dilapidated apartment that's cold and freezing with no food. I held onto the drone, and the drone's revved up. And we started slowly going above the ground. And then we were in the air. And we zoomed up. And my feet were dangling and the ground was below me. And pretty soon the buildings were below my feet. And looking down, I saw the people. I saw the lights at the Masquerade Ball. We lifted up over District 11's gate and headed back to District 42. And the smut and the dark clouds, they were flying in the air. It was cold. The wind was brushing through my hair and face. And Jaimin and Jaffa and Singing Joe said they found some good information. That even District 11 is running out of supplies, and they would have to do something. They would have to do something to get more supplies. They would need them to get from a different country. And they were playing hardball to get supplies and do anything. These people were ruthless. So we flew back. And we landed in District 42. And Airedale was waiting for us in the cab. And he drove us home. And just like that, at 12 midnight, like Cinderella, I returned to my old, cold apartment. And then I wrote in my diary. And I said hi to my cat, Muffins. She was waiting for me. I put on the candles so we would be warm. And I went to sleep dreaming of Liam, my boyfriend.